Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I am your host here, Chantele Francis, here with my lovely co-host. She's down below today. We have Brazil. Say hi, Brazil.
Hello.
And we have our special guest for today, a friend of mine. We travel around the world together for an airline. It is my friend Karyn. Say hello, Karyn.
Hi.
Hello. So if this is your first time on Reality Realness, well then welcome. Please make sure you subscribe below. We are on a mission to get to 1,000 subscribers by October 18th in order for me to have the confidence to start getting the interviews that you want. So you know that we're really active in the chat, so please join us right now and chat with us about Love Island USA Season 2, Episode 25. I'm going to call this episode, Where's Noah? Brazil, where is Noah? What has happened? What is
I have a couple ideas where he might be.
Where do you think, Karyn?
Well, let's just think. Okay, so if that rumor's true, it looks like him, that those videos are real. Like that's full on him with a wiener in his face. So I'm assuming he's moving on with that career. I can't even believe that even occurred.
Well, that's another thing too. Actually, we should get a little bit familiar with you, though, Kara, before we go down the wiener hole of no. Just kidding.
I tend to go down that hole often.
What is your connection with Love Island in general? Like, I'm a super fan. I've seen every episode, every season, UK and Australia. Brazil is a new fan, but seen season 1, and then obviously season 1 of US and this season as well. What about you? What's your?
I started watching Love Island UK a couple years ago. I got hooked, and then when it came out with the first season of the US one, I was like, yes, thank God. And then now this second season, which now is just I can't even believe the difference between this season and last season. It's totally different.
Absolutely. That's what we were saying too, is that like I didn't really watch the first season because it was so not the same vibe I found as Love Island UK was. Like I loved Love Island UK, like the
like the Do Bit Society.
Yes, Do Bit Society, like everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. But the season 1, I was like, I didn't really feel that. Like, I didn't care about anybody. I didn't want to watch. Like, I did watch a little bit, but I wasn't as like this one. I'm like, every day, I'm like, oh my God, it's on today. I need to see what happens. It's like a soap opera that like I'm obsessed with.
I did like season 1. But they just kind of like were on vacation. They were all friends. They all loved each. They all fell in love. They just went on with their friendships and their loves every day. It was just like, oh, let's just do an activity and a competition. Like it was nothing. Whereas this one, it's like recoupling drama. Like they're switching around. No one really likes anybody. They're playing the game a little bit more. It's less about, like now I'm just like, they're not really like, it's less about love, I think, more about the game. Whereas I think, the first Love Island was like, they were all just in love.
Jaquan says hi. Hi, Jaquan. Thanks for hanging with us again. Just introducing to my friend Karyn, who's joining us, and she's going to be part of the water sign crew because she is, like Brazil, a Pisces.
Yeah.
Definitely, I've been getting on Brazil about these water Pisces because I don't know if you know that in the season, Moira, Pisces, Justine, Pisces. I think there's one more. Oh, Cher was also a Pisces. And so I've been kind of bugging her about her being a Pisces because some of the actions that either Moira or anybody was taking at the time, I'm like, no, that's not what an air sign would do. So
Moira,
She's the worst.
She doesn't say, she has no like, she's so blah. Like I really did like her at first because she's natural. Like she's just she doesn't have the fake lips, the fake breasts, the fake everything. She just kind of looks, she doesn't wear pounds of makeup. Like my problem is they were just loading on all the makeup and they'd have it off. They didn't even look the same. Whereas she looks pretty all the time. She's normal. But so I liked her for that reason. But then I was like, oh, she's so tardy. Like she's just a tart. Like she's just like nothing new to say. She says the same thing to every guy.
What's her line, Brazil? Oh, you're a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. And it's like, why doesn't she go for a guy? She just sits and waits for all the guys. She's like, oh, you like me? Oh, like why? Like every guy that likes you, you think you're surprised, and then you don't even go for them. Like go for a guy that you like instead of sitting around waiting for all these losers to like you, and then it just fizzles away because she acts the same. Like she doesn't add anything. Like there's nothing.
Absolutely.
Like
I mean, she does have a little bit of storyline in this episode, but at the beginning of this particular episode, we talk about the most frustrating situation that's happening. It's the conversation between Johnny and CELY. Brazil, what were your thoughts about this conversation other than maybe infuriating?
I don't know. He's like, do you want me to say sorry 10 times fast? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
I know. I was like, yeah, do it. Let's see you try.
Maybe. Like,
yeah, like that. Like that'll work. That's the key to success here. No, he just seemed like a child. He ended up walking away from her. Like, I understand in some situations you walk away to give someone space, but she was just like explaining how she felt and her frustrations. And he's like, I'm here when you want to talk. She's like, I'm fucking talking to you. So I think he's showing his age a little bit, and he's just grosser and grosser to me every day, honestly.
Me and her were like, oh my God, Johnny's so hot. He was still even hot up until 2 episodes ago when he was in the Greek goddess, the astrological little challenge that they did where they're all dressed up for the party. Like I was like, oh, he looks good in white. We're like, yes, Johnny, he's so hot. And like now I can't even look at his face anymore because it makes me so angry that he's such an egomaniac that he can't even allow the girl that he screwed over to just be upset. Like, just let her be upset.
She made a good point when she was like, he came back and she was mad, but she didn't ask anything from him. But then when he is like, you got to go tell him that you're not interested, and he's like making all these demands when she went on a date right in front of you. The date was in front of you. Meanwhile, you went to a whole other casa, and for 3 days did God knows what. She has to trust you, whereas meanwhile her date was, you could see what she was doing, and now she has to still justify to you what her feel like. It just was so, I'm happy she was like, I forget you're 22. I was like, good. I'm glad she just reminded everybody, because I needed that reminder, because he has sisters. You can tell that he has like, he's got that protective vibe about him. He's very handsome. He looks older. He seems more mature, but now he's really showing his age right now. And I was like, he's jealous. He's not acting. He's not thinking. Like at first I just thought, wow, he's so thoughtful, and he's really really thought out. He really plans his what he says before he speaks. But now I'm like, no. Now he's just getting, a bracelet, just not thinking before he speaks and not letting her be. Yeah, exactly what you said. Just let her be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Karyn, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi, Dylan.
Questions or comments, put them in the chat. We'll pull them up. And hi, Austin. Love y'all. Well, we love y'all back. Thank you.
Hi, Austin.
One thing that really bugged me about this conversation is A, that he kept on cutting her off, and B, that he was saying things like he was saying oh, you need to understand. You need to understand this. You need to understand. I came back and told you, you need to understand. And I loved it when she's like, I don't need to understand anything. I don't need to understand this. I can just have my friggin' feelings about the situation. So what are your thoughts on the pulling the covers over the head? Now, in just the grand scheme of actions, not the biggest of deal, but why do you think it holds so much weight, Brazil?
Because it is omitted information, and omitted information is sometimes, or not all, if not all the time, equally as bad as the lie. And you're left up to the imagination at that point. And that America's watching. That she had the exact right point when she said, if you're okay with making out with her in front of everyone else, then how come you felt the need to pull the cover over your head, if not to do something more? So he can say as much as he wants that nothing else happened under there. But no matter the case, it doesn't help his situation. It makes him look worse. It makes him look like he's hiding stuff. And yeah, he just dug himself a hole with that. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal if he would have just said it. There's one point, I pulled the cover over her head, but I swear to God, nothing happened. That's all I had to say.
And I also really hate how he's deciding to pull out some of the pieces of information as a way to be a bit of a jab. Oh, so you want me to tell you the way that I kissed her?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like, he knows that that is going to hurt her fucking feelings. And I'm like, he's saying that to be manipulative. And because she's
Yeah.
like, well, no, that's not necessarily what I want you to do, but I want you to be completely honest. Like you can still tell her everything that went on without using it as a way to make her feel like shit.
And she even said that he was being manipulative, or she felt that he was being manipulative. So I was like, yes, girl.
And I also really, it bothered me when he's like, do you know how exhausting this is? And then and you know how exhausting this is for me? Like, whoa. Like, I'm sorry, Johnny, but right now, nobody cares about you.
And
Nobody
like, I'm sorry, you're starting to look like a bad guy. Like you like that's upsetting to you, obviously, but like not my problem. Like, yeah, that is exhausting, but
So
she's the
why
one that has to deal with it.
Karyn, that he did this in the first place? A lot of people have been saying that Johnny's come to the villa just in general to play a game. He just wants to get to the end and win, and that he's not necessarily, in it for the romance thing. But he seems to me that he wants to win. So why do you think that he would have gone to Casa Amor and taken things to the next, like to a level where his relationship would be irreparable?
You know what? I was shocked when Johnny did that, but at the same time, when you watch, that girl was full on. Like, she was aggressive. Like, I mean, not just because the girl's aggressive doesn't mean every guy's like gonna get like but it is Casa, that's what it's about. Like, the bubble is built for that reason, and she was getting him. So it's like, no matter what, even if he didn't do all those things, she would have kissed him. They would have had a kiss because she wasn't leaving without it. So I think no matter what, he was kind of put in a situation like where he was like, okay, well, whatever. She clearly wants it. I'm attracted to her. What's the harm in doing this? I don't think that he went into it thinking it was going to be irreparable. I think he should have stopped. I don't think he blankets over the head is sneaky. When they did the challenge and then he turned around and then went for it and kissed her, like, that is the one thing that I think that when she sees that, when CELY watches that, she's going to be really hurt by that. But she's also going to see how aggressive that girl was. So I think it's going to be like a back and forth. And when he came back, he should have just been like, I really screwed up. And when you see it, it's going to hurt. But like, I really want you to know that I choose you. As soon as things were happening, I was feeling like, I get it. Some people get in situations, and that's what the show is for. They're setting you up for that. And like, not everyone can be strong.
You may not have seen some of this extra info, but Mercedes has done a lot of exit interviews. And when she first came out of the Casa Amor, she did one with Entertainment Tonight with her, Janelle, and Faith, basically saying that Johnny was the aggressor in the situation and that he was the one that kind of targeted her to be the person that was his, like, you're mine, and that she went along with him being kind of a predator in the situation and kind of ensnared her to be his little play toy. Then
I could see that.
A week later, though, she's changed her tune a little bit and is now saying that she's a girl's girl, that she helped the girls up with their zippers when they were getting ready, and that it was mutual between her and Johnny, but like, she would never do that to CELY, or you know what I mean? She's completely changing her tune. So
no, she didn't want to hear CELY's name. She definitely did do that to CELY.
But she's like, of course I wanted to hear CELY's name, and I was like, get out of here, like, Mercedes, like, you are totally. I think that she realized that she's being called a lot. He is getting bullied on social media, absolutely, about how aggressive she was coming across in the episode. But she was basically saying that the stuff that they didn't see was because they couldn't show it. It was like them in the hot tub and this and that, and that she expects that John is going to be sliding into her DMs when he's out of the villa.
I mean, I'm sure I feel like the show has to edit. You can see what they edit in conversations because you see it on Instagram on their lives. Sometimes it'll show more, and you're like, oh, you see what they didn't show, and you can tell that conversations are like cut. But if they want to show them in a hot tub, that's even more dramatic. Why wouldn't they want to do that? Like, I don't know.
Well, because it got too racy, apparently. We're doing well, Dylan. Do you have any questions about Love Island, episode 25? What about maybe the relationship status that's going on between Johnny and CELY? That's pretty much been the focal point of this entire episode. So if you have any thoughts about that, but Jaquan has something to say. So Jaquan said, I think if he probably told her everything, they could have worked through their problems, but he kind of told her everything besides two things. They didn't really even show us Johnny telling her. Absolutely. Like, I agree that he may have had a chance if he was a little bit more mature, a little bit older, and was able to, realize how much information he needed to say if he really wanted to say that information. Brazil, what do you think? Do you think that he could have gotten out of the situation? Johnny?
I mean, he could have been a lot better off than he is right now. I don't know if I've gotten out of it completely. I mean, do you ever really get out of something like that at the end of the day?
I mean, too, like, he was gone for 2-3 days, and wait, was it 2 days or 3?
5.
They were at Casa Amore for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so how are you gonna remember like, it's not like, okay, well, the first day I pulled covers over my head, the second day I kissed her when I shouldn't, like, to be honest, like, I wouldn't remember every single detail I didn't do. Like, it's kind of like, I just kind of think, like, is it really, like, I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh, I did this, this, and this.
But I would, though. If I was cheating on my boyfriend, I would remember everything that I did because I would feel bad about it. I think. I mean, I've never really done that before, but
he's definitely portraying guilt. Like, he's like all his actions are because of all of like, because like he's just emanating all the guilt on her.
Hi, Anna. How are you? So Anna says, I find it hard to take Johnny seriously because he was warned about CELY's feelings by Caleb before the cover situation. That is true. Anna, you are onto something. Caleb says that he thinks that CELY is in love with him. And there was, I don't know who said this, but there was some sort of account after the fact where maybe a news report or somebody that came out of the villa said that Johnny may want to use this as an opportunity to show their couple going through some adversity, and that they've gone through all the tests that they needed to make it to the end, and so that he will be able to win in the end. So some people are saying that that was his strategy. Karyn, this is probably the first time you're hearing that. You gave a little shrug. What do you think of that theory?
Well, I just think, like, the if you look at the first season, the couple that won was the couple that was together since day one. They didn't have any drama. They were literally the winning couple. They're everybody's favorite. They were so cute and sweet, and like, so why would all of a sudden America be choosing the couple that made everybody, like, CELY's adorable. She's so bubbly. She's like the mom of the group. She's like wakey in the morning, good night at night. She's super sweet. And then we have Johnny, who everyone loved, and then he's pulled a full 360. I don't see that being like a game plan. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Anna says, we just need to call a spade and stop making excuses for this man because no one else is getting the same flack. You know what? That's true. I think that the reason why we're making these excuses for him is we want CELY to be happy. And I think that she was really happy before he went to Casa Amor and was really looking forward to maybe having a long-term relationship with him. And Caleb is even saying that she thinks that CELY was in love with him at this point. And so I think that because we want her to have success in her relationship with him, that we're kind of giving him a little bit of leeway here. I mean, I did up until a couple days ago. I was like, okay, well, maybe he'll say the right thing. But at this point, like, I'm done with it. Like, he's in my bad books. Like, so angry. So angry.
Everybody forgave him, and now everyone's like, he's getting bad. And too, you feel bad for her because she's like, I don't want to look like everybody knows what that feels like to want to not feel like that dumb girl. Like, are you being dumb because you are blind, or should you believe him? Like, everybody's been there where they're like, what do I do? Like,
it's like, am I supposed to be forgiving? Like, am I supposed to, like, listen to what he says and, like, forgive and allow him to have a second chance? Like, hi, Griffin. How are you? What's up to you too? Thanks for hanging out. Griffin says this episode was a waste of time. This is Karyn's sentiment. I personally thought it was worthy of 4.5 pages of notes. So I still have stuff. I'm in the top quarter still. So it had some stuff to talk about. But it did feel long. I remember looking at like, oh, it's a 2-hour episode, and it was like only 30 minutes in. I was like, oh, so maybe it was boring.
I feel like it was mostly conversations. Like it was just a lot of like talks about beating into like a dead horse, kind of talking about the same thing. I was like, okay, we're not even getting anywhere.
That's true. That's true. Because we wanted to get to the coupling ceremony to know what her decision is, but they want to have a little cliffhanger for us here. Jake One says, I completely agree with you, but guys' mindset works differently. Okay, what do you mean? He could have been kind of scared in the moment and continue what he was doing until he realized he actually did care for her a lot. Jake One, we know you are a Johnny stan. We know this, but at some point, your libido can't dictate your wrongdoings. And I've said before that I understand when people have the argument that, men and women, the human race isn't a monogamous race or species. And like, I get that argument. But what I was saying to Brazil and to all you guys, I think it was yesterday, was that monogamy is a choice. It's a choice in every moment to be putting your partner that you are choosing to be monogamous to. You are choosing that. And so I would have to say in that moment when Mercedes was coming on to him, strong or not, he had a choice of whether or not he wanted to obtain or uphold the integrity that he has of the relationship that he has with CELY, and he said no. He was going to allow his libido to win. And I don't know if he's learned his lesson well enough to not do that in the future. So I would not be able to trust him. Karyn, what do you think? I know you probably have a thought.
Well, I mean, like I keep asking, where's CELY from and where's Johnny from?
CELY? Okay, go.
CELY's from Sacramento, California, aka the Bay Area. And then Johnny's from Virginia.
Okay, so they're nowhere near each other.
But his sister, per Jake Juan, Johnny's sister just moved to LA. So,
because I was like, they're not gonna. If that's how he was with a small temptation like that, after being the strongest couple, like hashtag couple goals, and that's what you do, and you have that much distance, you're not going to survive. You're not going to last. So, if this is about love, and he thinks this is like a thing to show how strong they can be, maybe like tonight's episode will really be a big like switch. Maybe he needs to do a grand gesture, I think, to win America the way he thinks he's going to win America, and to win CELY the way he thinks he's going to win CELY. But I mean, it's a recoupling tonight, so I don't know when that. And like, he needs to really step it up. Other than that, they're not going to make it in the real world if that's all it took. That's an aggressive girl. Now you're going to be famous. You know how many aggressive girls are going to be are now?
I know, right? He already had 100,000 subscribers on or followers on Instagram. I haven't seen the actual footage, but apparently he's been an escort before. That's kind of been something that's come out as well. I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen it from my own eyes. Yeah, Johnny. Well, so that's what Reddit's been saying, but I haven't seen it for my own eyes, so I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay, well, these networks better do a little bit more research before get these people like what? No good girl, especially it seems like CELY has a lot of like morals. Like, why she's not gonna want to date an escort or a guy that was in gay porn? Like, there's nothing wrong with gay porn, but I don't think that's what people are looking for sometimes.
Absolutely, and so Cliffham says if they took Noah out becoming the porn thing, though, that messed up. So Brazil, do you think it's messed up if they took him out for porn or for having a porn past?
I think, like we talked about, I was asking because I'm not familiar with like how the contracts work and whatnot. I think if he like blatantly lied about it, then I understand. But I think, I mean, it's a way of income. I'm not judging anyone that wants to do that, but it is something that your partner needs to know about because that is a part of your past and or current, means of making money. So, and some people are okay with that and others aren't. So to go in and pretend you're a baseball player and you know what I mean? So it's kind of like he was lying about it, but I do agree that it was, I mean, I think they shouldn't have just cut him out like that. Like, I feel that's kind of degrading a bit.
Yeah.
There is also a rumor. I don't know where the truth is. I don't know if we'll ever know the actual truth is. Maybe he will come and chat on Reality Realness and give us the real tea. I will definitely reach out. Like, why not? But they're saying that it might have been his family that may have been informed about this past, and maybe he was informed by the confessionals and like the producers saying that your history has come out and your family knows about it. Do you want to stay here, or do you want to deal with this? Because maybe it was a secret to some people in his life.
I'm sure it was. I mean, I can't believe someone even found that. I think that's like beyond me. Like, what are the chances?
Well, I mean,
I think if you're going on television and you got that background, you're full on waiting for that to come out. That's what I think. Like, that's just another way to get another, like, that's just another stream to get famous. Like Love Island USA, and now you're tapped into this whole other industry. Like, that's just another, they're going to be like calling him up.
Absolutely. It'd be like $1 million to have sex with the guy from Love Island. Noah.
Yeah, like, it's like a love, now it's going to be like a whole other Love Island. Yeah.
Maybe, oh my God, he'll do like parodies, like Love Island, the porn. I mean,
yeah.
The other side of the potential story is that his family had this come out, and so they addressed him with the situation, and he chose to leave on his own. So that's another potential option. Jaquan says they focused on Moira a little too much. She didn't have a hard decision. Oh my God, it's so true. I was just like, why does Moira get to decide between these people? At one point, Connor kind of friend zones her, and she cries. Brazil, what do you think about this moment when she cries?
Yeah, but when she's trying to be. She was like, "I love Noah. He was so great," and she's like, "I'm just gonna." She already said that she friend zoned Connor. Like, I don't know why she was surprised.
Because I think she's sad that she probably is like nervous that that's the end of the road for her. But I don't know. Maybe she's thinking if she cries, then she'll be like Mackenzie, and then he'll start to like her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she was hoping that she could be in like a solid couple with him and maybe work on something. Maybe she has been crushing on him the whole time and like has like, okay, Mackenzie's gone, now this is my chance. But then he's still like hung up on Mackenzie. That is not an option. So maybe because I don't know if you see this as well, Karyn, but I find that Moira is actually kind of a frenemy of girls. It seems as though she kind of puts a little bit of a cock block in at times. She did it with Aaron and Kirsten, and I feel like she kind of might be doing this right now with Bennett. It's kind of like she wants to have the attention on her to take it away from maybe the prettier girl, the girl that always gets the guys. Like, it's kind of like she wants to interfere with that. So what do you think about Moira's tactics and the guys that she's choosing?
When she told, who was it that Kirsten, she was like, well, I kind of like him, and she told Kirsten to back off, and I was like, she's doing that.
Aaron.
Oh, so like Aaron probably, like, I was like, it's not really the girls, like, you don't get to tell the girl to back off. At some point, you just have to let it flow and see who. Maybe he doesn't like you, Moira. You can't really like. I think she gets intimidated by girls like that. So then she does that. Like, yeah, it's a tactic. But at the same time, back to her and Connor. Like, why don't you just try to win the game being friends? Like, you're not gonna, at this point in the game, you're probably not gonna fall in love. So why don't you just still try to win the game with being friends?
That's what I would think. Like, friend zoning on Love Island is the kiss of death unless you guys are on the same page there.
Like, but now you're going home, Connor. So
exactly. I don't do it on the girls' day. Do it on the guys' day. Like, I don't know what.
But maybe Connor wants to leave. That way he can be with Mackenzie.
I mean, that's also a thought. That is also a thought. What is this name? Like a camo? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. No offense. If you can, spell it out phonetically, I will try to say it properly. But hello, welcome to our chat. So, oh shit, I didn't even realize what it said. Get out of here!
I was like,
she's giving this one a lot of attention.
I only just looked at the name of it, and so I didn't even look at what it was. Oh my God, get out of here! I'm sorry, guys, waste of time. Mary, hi Mary, how are you guys? How are you doing today? So Mary thinks his response to the date with Benny is what sent the relationship in a downward spiral. The controlling, manipulative behavior is the concern, not so much Casa Amor. 100%.
Yeah.
Casa Amor has brought up how he reacts in situations where he's like under fire, where he needs to, answer to actions.
Bless you.
Please.
Bless you.
Bless you. Are you okay? And so, yeah, like I definitely think that this is the first time we're seeing
100%.
him. You're so dramatic.
Sorry, no, I was like, I got a coughing fit.
No problem.
Good.
Yeah, it was just the first time that he's being tested and we're seeing his true colors because, yeah, I really,
It's true.
This looks so bad. Like, I don't think anybody could look any worse right now. Says they could have added more J-Love scenes and end it with CELY Tuesday. Yeah, that's another thing that I would wish that, because, okay, Brazil, close your ears because you're gonna get mad at me, but I love J-Love. I love them. I think that I want to see them do well, but I don't necessarily see the vibe. I don't see like the chemistry. I feel like they want to give each other a chance. They want to choose each
They're
other.
going to win.
They want to win the game. They want to be a couple within the villa. They don't want to try this with anybody else. But I personally don't see the spark for a long-term relationship between them.
Why does Brazil love them?
Brazil's obsessed.
Yeah, I like Justine, but I don't love Justine. And I think Caleb is so stand up and cool and smart. And like, he's just a really good guy. I'm like, he's going to win. I don't know. It's just something about Justine. I don't like how she I think she's kind of like, she meddles a lot. She's kind of always, I feel like she's just like, I don't know.
What do you mean by that? Because I thought she gives really good advice to CELY, and I really, really love her relationship with CELY. I think that they will definitely have a long-term friendship outside of the villa.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that, Karyn?
Yeah, like I think Justine is like she seems there. I think that's one of my favorite things about the show actually is the bromance, the bro friends, and how the guys confide and give each other advice, and the girlfriends. Like I like how they become such good friends and they got each other's back. I really do like that. So I think the girls' friendships are great. Like I think Justine really like respects CELY and the girls. And Mackenzie too. I think she really I think she was always got their back, but I don't know. There's just something like there's some things she doesn't need to say all the time. Like I'm always like, well, did you really need to spread that rumor? Like just leave it. Just, I don't know.
Okay. What's your rebuttal, Brazil? You decide to have some feelings about this. Go for it. What's up?
You know how I feel.
Well,
I don't.
Karyn doesn't.
No.
Justine is like the best person in the villa other than CELY.
Okay, but why?
Why? Because she's like, this is all we talk about every episode. You want me to keep going?
I don't know, but today's a different day.
Huh?
Today's a different day.
You're just egging me on. Jaquan's gonna come for me.
I want Karyn to know what your opinion is because you said that you don't agree with Karyn, and Karyn doesn't.
I don't agree with either of you at all.
Okay, like she doesn't know what your stance is, so I'm asking you to just explain to you why you like her. It's not a
because I think she's like a real ass girl. She's been through some shit. She knows what she wants. I think that she's not as like PDA forward because her parents just found out or are going to find out if they watch a show that she's actually a go-go dancer on the side for her, like for money. And that I don't think, I mean, she came from like Africa, and I think they probably have different views on going on TV and like hooking up with people. So I think she's playing that a little safe. But ever since Caleb came back into the villa single, that that they would get closer and closer. And so in bed, they're cuddling, like they're always kissing, they're always touching now. But Chantele doesn't see the spark. I'm going to buy a fucking sparkler and send it to her.
You know what? I will say though, she has let her go. At first I was like, man, give the guy a kiss. Like, why is she so prude? But I get it. She's trying to be moralistic, and I can see that she comes from a good family background, and she's like trying to be respectful to herself and to her friends and family at home and everybody. So I get that. And now that they are together, she seems to be letting her guard go, which I think is important. If you really like someone, you have to let go a little bit. And I think she was scared. So I can see that. For sure.
And for two people to know that they have completely different love languages and then still work on it and still let their guards down, I think is really cool. Because that's one thing Chantele was saying, is that Caleb is an Aquarius, so he would prefer like a witty no or like banter rather than like the constant like physical affirmations. And Justine's love language is like kind of like touching and whatever else. And so Caleb also letting his guard down, with Justine letting her guard down, I think is just like, it's so cool to watch. Like I love them more and more every day.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy watching them. They're my favorite person at this point to watch in the villa. I do want to see their relationship grow. But as I've been saying, is I just don't see the spark there. And like, I see that they're working towards having a great bond, and that might be enough in the end. It's just not, when I come at a new relationship, that's what I'm craving, is like that, like, oh my God, I get butterflies when I touch them. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like to see that feeling, because I know what it feels like. And so I don't feel like they have that feeling. That's my judgment on whether it's going to be a good relationship in the beginning.
See, I think Justine has that feeling. She's all giddy, but I don't think Caleb has it. Like, I think Justine really likes Caleb, but I think Caleb's kind of just like,
why?
Like, I just don't. Caleb doesn't. I don't see like the heart eyes towards her, and he's just so like chill. And you're right, it could be his love language, so he doesn't like show it. Like there's no like, but at the same time, I think regardless of what your sign is, you want to touch and be with that person. And it doesn't seem like, it just seems so friendship from his angle, from my point of view. But I actually do think that they're probably going to win, because I think they're going to win because of him.
He's hot.
He's so hot.
He's great.
I mean, his vibe is so my vibe. I'm just like, love it. Hi, Vera. How are you? So
Yeah.
I didn't understand why Moira was crying so much. Mackenzie 2.0. I was irritated by those tears as well. I was like, I've said it a couple podcasts ago. I was like, guys don't really ever want to see you cry. Like, it's just never going to work unless they're in a solid long-term relationship with you. Other than that, they're just like, no, I don't want any of that. They don't have to deal with you. It's like, girls crying. Like, so I don't know why maybe she was trying to pull a Mackenzie, and he's like, well, where's for Mackenzie? Maybe if I put some tears on, Connor will have a change of heart. Brazil, what do you think about the tears? We kind of talked about it a bit, but
I don't know. Moira is she's so confusing, and so I just don't even care to figure her out, honestly. It's like,
I think she's feeling sorry for herself.
Yeah. But like, she's had all these opportunities with like, I think guys that are out of her league, to be honest. Like, I don't know. When Jalen came in, we know that he's a bit of a player or whatever, but like saying that she was like, I have Moira, I can see us having babies together. I was just like,
really? Can you?
I'm telling you, Jalen was phony from the beginning.
Jalen was. I was like, no. He's just trying to sneak his way on there for sure. I felt bad. That's the one time I did feel bad for Mackenzie when that happened, because she did get kind of screwed there. Like he screwed her over, I think, a little bit.
What I was saying yesterday just about that situation was that, yes, I think that he might have come in with a bit of a game plan, whatever. Fine. Annoying, but fine. I do think that's the game plan, was to go in for Moira. And then Moira and him weren't really vibing. And then I think that Mackenzie was pulling this kind of frenemy like thing with Moira and going after Jalen a little bit. Like, she kind of made herself open to Jalen. And Jalen, I don't think had intentions of pursuing Mackenzie at all. And so then Mackenzie was kind of cool and kind of fun, and like, I wanted to hang out with this version of Mackenzie in the villa when Jalen was there and the guys were gone. And so I think that Jalen might have been kind of swooped up. This girl with big boobs and blonde hair, like, yeah, like, okay, she's into me, like, let me go for that. I would love to be a long-term couple with her. Like, that would be awesome. And then she kind of went back to her old ways, and he's like, oh, wait, right. I knew I didn't want to entertain that. So Brazil kind of thinks that Jalen was playing the game even with choosing Mackenzie. But I think that if Mackenzie stayed the way she was when the guys were all out at Casa Amor, that he would have wanted to go the distance with her. I don't think he would have jumped ship if she didn't go back to being kind of crazy. Not crazy, but a little bit insecure.
Yeah, she likes attention. She really likes a lot of attention on her own
She's
self. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad she's gone, but I will say about Moira and her tears and all that. I think she's like really feeling sorry for herself. And my boyfriend we watch Love Island together, and he said Moira's his favorite. And just the other day, he's like, if she cries one more freaking time, he's like getting so annoyed. He no longer likes her. He's like wants her off now because she's been crying and she's not showing any personality. Like it's just like. Just get like I get it. It would be upsetting never getting chosen. Well, you've been getting chosen, but you're not like I don't know what she's looking for, honestly.
Okay, this is a good point. So Cliffham says Moira hasn't found a connection and it shows. So maybe that's what the tears says is like, oh my God, like my chance in Love Island might be gone now because the fact that like Connor, who I thought at least we were gonna do a friendship thing with, he doesn't even want to really do that.
I mean, she said that too. She said, I'm not having a connection with anyone. Even Aaron said, like, she's feeling sad because she's not having like she's looking for love so hard and it's not working out, you know?
To be fair though, I think that they did a little bit of an injustice in the signs of the people that they have cast in the show because they have all these air signs. So air signs are going to be Libra and Aquarius and what? Oh, I thought you said something. So Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Most of the guys are that, and Karyn is a Leo, and then all the girls are water signs, except for Laurel is an air sign and CELY is an air sign. And so water and air, or water and fire, actually just don't go very well together at all. And so maybe like aesthetically, these people look good, but once you try to interact and mix, they just don't end up like working well together. Yeah. So I think that is also a big factor. I'm like, whose phone is clicking though? I'm trying to figure out what the clicking is from. Do you hear it? Or is it only on my end?
I do hear it, yeah.
I don't know where it's from though. I can't tell. Okay, let's see. Jaquan says, Mary, I agree with you, but I think it's more of him feeling guilty because of any other guy that came in he was cool with. For example, Jeremiah and Trey was in the house when she was coupled with them before. I forget what Mary said. Do you remember what Mary said? Oh, with Benny.
Oh, his reaction to the date with Benny and like his aggression is like what sent them into a downward spiral, not Casa Amor.
But it stemmed from Casa Amor. Like if he was a good boy over at Casa Amor and there was no problem they had to overcome, like they would be fine. You know, I don't think that he would even be upset with her speaking to Benny. So actually, what do you guys think about the conversation that Benny has with CELY? He kind of talks about allowing herself to feel and not like, you know, putting any pressure on her at all.
It's so true. Yeah. I love Benny in that moment.
I wish he was just like this much hotter.
Yeah. Like it's gonna take a lot. I don't know why I'm not attracted to him, but his personality though, that everything he's shown, like he just seems pretty legit. I mean, he could also be playing a game, like trying to stay in the villa, but at the same time, in that moment, I think that was like the best advice you could give to CELY. So I really appreciated it, and I think she needed to hear it.
I also kind of wish that if she asked him his perspective on Casa Amor.
You know what? I'm shocked. Why isn't she asked Laurel?
We were saying this as well, and we were speculating that maybe the producers said that they didn't want any Casa Amor stuff to come out, be revealed until at least the Twitter game.
Yeah, I think they wanted to control the narrative, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, maybe.
But like, I would have asked Laurel.
Like, don't ask the guys. She's asking the guys. Go ask Laurel what happened, and like Laurel was there. They were all friends, you know. So
so Brazil, do you think Laurel would say the truth? Because it seems that there's a Casa Amor girls kind of alliance and like, you know, girl codes in that regard.
No, like I was saying the other day, I think Laurel would be the perfect person to ask because Mercedes did her dirty too. But it just seems like I don't know. Her and Cher got so close when they were in there. I wonder if they, like, I don't know, did have some kind of like, we're not going to talk about what happened in Casa Amor. And I was saying, and I think Chantele said like shoot the messenger kind of thing. So I still don't think until CELY gets out, sees it for herself, then she'll be able to like make a clear decision.
Jaquan says the only reason I say that is because Johnny was attracted to Lauren, but he didn't act on it. I think it's because CELY was right there. Why do you think or maybe he just wasn't, like, Lauren didn't come on as strong as Mercedes. I don't know. Why do you think that he didn't do that? Maybe, Karyn?
Who's Lauren?
You say that facetiously?
No, I can't remember.
The British one.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I thought you were like joking.
I forgot about her. Yeah, but they were all like, she's the hot. Everybody's attracted to Lauren. Like there was something, but like it was basically what Lauren was going for. She liked Carrington. Like she had her heart set on certain guys. She wasn't ballsy enough to go after Johnny. You know, whether Johnny liked her or not, I don't think she was going to bother.
She says in her after interviews that like whenever she walked by, Johnny would be like checking her out hard. Like he definitely was attracted to Lauren. But it's probably because Lauren didn't act is why Johnny was like, I'm in a relationship. You know what I mean? But I think
like
that
literally CELY said he's not my boyfriend. Like it's not like they've made it like official. They're the couple. They're like the, you know, but they're like, it's like, you know, you have to either pick it or you can't really be mad about all these things because you're together, but maybe there's like something, I don't know, like they're going to get away with all these things if you're not going to say he's my boyfriend. She literally said he's not my boyfriend.
Absolutely. And Carrington has been saying that as well with Laurel, that like we're not boyfriend girlfriend yet. So
yeah.
Okay, I do think that if Johnny does a grand gesture, like some love notes on a little tour of the villa and, you know, asks her to be his girlfriend, would you think that A, would CELY say yes and pick him in the coupling ceremony? And B, do you think that she should take him back?
Well, the recoupling ceremony is already now and he didn't do a grand gesture.
Did they already do the walk up?
Pardon me?
They already showed the walk up. The first look is probably out, isn't it?
Well, they did one. So who was the first girl that was talking? You know what the silly thing is about, like, so this person just said that Laurel might choose Calvin, but Moira could choose Calvin. So it all depends who goes first. And then you get stuck with the leftover.
I think Moira is going to choose Bennett. I think Moira's up first.
But Kirsten, like, that's the
thing.
Better
not.
That.
I can
better not.
Like, I love that.
She hasn't cared, really.
She better not.
She's in here for love. Like, she's going to do what her heart tells her to. And she has a connection with Bennett. And so, like, I'm just going to go with, like, my gut. Like, I got to choose him first. Like, at least we'll still be in the villa. So, like, you know, Kirsten can still choose Calvin.
She'll feel good about that when she gets out and sees that Kirsten was always his number one.
Who, Bennett?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just surprised that Kirsten was, like, full on Bennett, whereas I'm like, hey, she's like, yeah, Bennett's like, wow, he's got this, yes, check. But then, like, Bennett, he's not being, like, very, like, he needs to, like, give her a kiss, or they need to, like, they need to move a little bit faster if they are thinking, wow, this guy's got all the boxes and we're having such a good conversation. Now it seems like it's already fizzled off. She's already like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a game time decision. Like, she's given nobody any, like, nobody's getting any, like, guarantees right now. Like, none of the guys probably know what's going on.
She even said, you know, there's not any question that you could answer that's going to change my decision. It's just like, just has to do with getting to know each other. And I like, well, sometimes asking questions like helps you get to know each other. So maybe he just means like, let's talk instead of talking about the fact that there's going to be a recoupling. Like, let's get a little bit deeper.
We'll have to have more conversations. Okay, well, let's start that by asking questions. That's how you have conversations.
Boy, so do you think that Laurel might actually pick Calvin? I think that's a misdirect. I think she's more into Carrington.
She can pick Carrington.
Yeah.
So then who would go home then? Okay.
Hopefully fucking Calvin.
Calvin's probably going home.
Good.
Calvin or Connor.
Connor.
Boys are there. There's 3 new boys. So, oh no, 2. So yeah, maybe both of them are going to go. And
I think Benny and Calvin, or Benny and Connor, are going to go home.
Benny and Connor. Yeah.
I mean, I know I want CELY to have love, and I know that whatever decision she makes, she's going to be making it in the moment. I can't see her getting back into like that cuddle with him. You know what I mean? They had such a good connection that I just don't see him being able to get that intimacy back because I think she feels guarded. And so I don't think I want her to pick Johnny.
I don't either. I hope I'm wrong, but I think she will.
I think she's going to choose Johnny because she's gonna feel like she's gonna throw all that away.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like you, it's a smarter move to not choose him, just because it's not likely going to work after. Like, what is the future really going to be with them? And then if she chooses she could always just choose one of the friends that she trusts. Like, she doesn't really know Benny. Is it smart to choose him too? I don't really know. Like, I don't know.
We respect
looks like Jose Bautista.
Who? Benny?
Yeah, Joey Bats. Jose Bautista.
I guess a little bit.
He's not very good looking either. So.
I mean, I like Joey Bautista better. I used to serve him all the time at whatchamacallit, Patria. He loved the jamon croquetas. He used to get like lots of that. He used to tip really well. He used to tip like 100%.
Woo.
Like,
I met him at the airport.
Ooh. Yeah, I always loved serving him because I knew that he was going to have like a big table and he tipped well. Maybe not 100% on the big bills; it would be like 30%. But like when it was just like two people, he like tipped quite huge, which is cool. Okay, so Jake One says, "I never know what those emotions are, but I wouldn't be surprised Carrington didn't know anything about her." Yes. What did you guys think about this scene when they are basically quizzing Carrington on Laurel's eye color, her family members, and he just was failing?
Like, wrong.
Well, okay, to be fair, I have hazel eyes and everyone thinks my eyes are dark brown, but like they're actually pretty green. But no one knows I have green eyes. So
green eyes are tricky sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the only question that I think. But even then, like he's looking at her all the time. I don't know.
In the sunlight, it's not like they're indoors and in like dark like clubs or something. Like it's like they're outside in the sun. Like look at my eyes. Like she should be able to see them at their lightest state. You know what I mean? Like
But overall, yikes. Big yikes. Like
there's
nothing about like her family either. Like how many siblings she has. Like, and she knew everything. Like his dad's name's Jose, his mom's name's Stephanie. Like, come on.
Yeah, I definitely felt as though he dropped the ball there, and I think that
he's just proving the tweet right. He's looking to be about as shallow as a puddle.
I'm trying to figure. Is that clicking from your microphone? I'm trying to figure out.
It's not from mine.
You were muted too. Is it mine? Like what is I'm not wearing headphones either, so it wouldn't be the microphone on the headset. I'm trying to figure it out though, but usually like you see something highlight. I don't know. Sorry guys, hopefully it's not that as loud as it is for me. Where are we at with these questions?
We're pretty far back.
Where was
everyone?
Okay, I'm here. Wait, so Karyn, what do you think about how Carrington came off with not knowing anything about Laurel?
I mean, okay, this is my thing about Carrington. I think Carrington is like this adorable little like munchkin. Like he's so sweet because he looks so young. Like to me, I'm like, oh, I just like it reminds me of my age. I'm like, oh God, he just looks so young. He's so cute. He seems like he's smart in his like job at whatever he does, but he's not like street smart. He doesn't seem very worldly. Like I don't think he like really cares about like much. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind of like living life. Like and like his true colors came out at Casamore. He's like, everyone's just kissing everyone. I love this place. Like he's young, wants to have a good time. Like he's just, I don't think he's really like feeling a strong connection with really anyone.
Yeah, I really wish that they went a little bit older with the guys. The women seem to be all older in general. Like 28 was the oldest so far. And so I feel like that would have been a better direction, in my opinion, to find at least guys that would be willing to go the distance and have an actual commitment. I definitely find that it's pretty frustrating to be dealing with a 22-year-old's libido as a way to like be judging like relationships, you know?
Yeah.
So Anna says Moira has no tactics. Yeah, I know. She's just there being team furniture and crying unprovoked. Stop. Dead. Team furniture is Moira. 100%. Cliffham says, not even her eye color. Clearly, it might be focused on something else. LOL.
That was the other thing about focus when that guy, what was his name?
Noah.
Yeah, when she was like, clearly he was just like he's trying to so hard to look at her face and he could not. He like kept looking at her chest. Yeah, because I was like, whoa, he keeps. And then she like, thank God she noticed it because I noticed it right away. And she's like, she like said it, and I was like, oh man, like that's a bad trait to have. Like, what are you, 12?
Well, this is what I think I was speculating about this with Brazil, was that the men that look at women's boobs are either young and teenagers, other women, or gay men. And so
her boobs are fantastic, so I don't blame him. Like her boobs, like more Mackenzie's were awful. Like Kirsten's are I'm like, I love them. Like they're great, but
exactly. Still, like, as a woman, you'd probably like look at her boobs, be like, I'm sorry, I'm staring at your boob. I gotta feel.
Like, she's in a bikini half the time anyway, so you have lots of time to do that. She's walking around half naked all the time. So like now she's talking to you. Give her your moment, you know?
So, yeah, well, I'm just saying that maybe he's not, you know, well versed in relationships with men or women, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah.
Lost you guys for a bit. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, really?
I tried to unplug my headphones that way to see if like that would help the situation, and then nothing was playing on my computer, so I plugged my headphones back in, and then I couldn't hear anything in my headphones. But I feel like it hasn't made this noise before, right?
I mean, it's been doing it the whole way through.
No, but I mean before today. It's weird.
I haven't noticed it as much as it has been this time around.
I apologize. I'm just scared to take them out again.
I don't know if it's you. We did it a little bit when you were gone as well. So I don't know if maybe it's StreamYard right now is doing that because we're pretty still. Is it me talking?
See, it sounds like someone's typing. That's weird.
I know. Well, I'm not even touching anything. Hello? Hello?
I have to hold my phone, so I can only put one ahead.
I don't know why it's doing it. I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe it's my voice. Maybe it's my computer.
Apologize. Sorry.
I don't know what it could be. It's just weird. Okay, whatever. We will live. Let's see what else Cliff meant to say. I wish the producers could kick her out. Laugh my ass off. I barely see personality from her yet. Anna clocked it as furniture, and I agree. I think that she must be friends with somebody. There must be some nepotism going on there because, like, why is she getting so much screen time, so many opportunities to meet all these guys? Like, I would have loved to see Rachel have another opportunity. I would love to see Lauren have another opportunity. I would love to see even Caitlin have another opportunity. But instead, like, Moira gets to, like, go and have, like, relationships with pretty much every single guy that comes into the house. Like,
and she's like,
I'd rather Mackenzie was in there.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd rather Mackenzie was in there over Moira. Absolutely.
Agreed. Because as dead, I still remember things of some of my exes and Carrington living with her 24/7. Absolutely. He's just not listening to, like, what do they talk about if he doesn't retain information?
Well, at first he said her eyes were brunette.
Yes.
And then
Then
he said, "Oh, so when he was talking about backpacking, he's like, well, like to bring 2 pairs of underwear and wash them in the river." I was like,
I died. I was like, oh my god,
you're not in the Amazon. You're in Europe. What the hell? So yeah, I think he's just a little bit like flaky. You know what I mean? He's just kind of. I think he's like the ditzy girl, like, you know, like a ditz. Like he's like a valley boy.
Hi, BF. I'm going to call you. Nice to meet you. What rumors? I think we're talking about at that point. Oh my God, are we that far behind? Rumors about potentially Noah being a performer for adult films. And so it seems as though he has been cut out of the episode and off of CBS's websites. And so for whatever reason, and that's what also has been surfacing the last few days, potentially he's been removed for some circumstances surrounding that incident. Look, you got your back. What about Justine? Just kidding.
Thanks, girl or boy, whatever you are.
LOL. Hi, Kanisha. How are you?
Yay, Kanisha!
Dean, her people are back. Those people are back. There you go. Divine Me. Thank you, Brazil.
Hi, Divine Me.
Hi, Divine Me. Okay, Mary says again, looking at some of the other Islanders' interviews after they leave, Justine seems to be highly thought of. It's true. Jeremiah, Trey, Aaron, Lauren, and DeAndre. Oh, I forgot about him. He wasn't in the after. I haven't seen him and Pat in those after looks.
Yeah.
All had things to say about her, good things to say about her. So I think she's a nice, good person. I didn't like that one move that she did to who was supposed to be her best friend, Rachel, in the house, just to go for Caleb like that. I think that she deserves a heads up. But since then, she has, to me, been proven to be a really good friend and wanting to work on a relationship with Caleb. And I think that I would like to see her win. I think it would be a really nice storyline, their kind of romance. Especially, I did cry when she just wanted to be chosen. Like, she's never been the girl that gets chosen, and then Caleb chooses her. So that was a really beautiful moment, and I was endeared to it, of course. And so I do want to see her do well. You know,
She will.
she will. Fuck, maybe it is my microphone or something. But it's like my computer mic. Divine Me. Caleb loves Justine. I know it. Please try to see it. Please. We can't.
Welcome to my daily argument with Chantele, Divine Me.
Like, it doesn't exist.
It does.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? It's like the zing.
She
No.
has it for him. He doesn't have it for her. It looks like anyway. He's just kind of like, yeah, I like her, but
You guys.
Okay. I guess, like, I just really like having that visceral, passionate energy. Like, that's kind of always how I started dating anybody, was having this, like, I need to touch you. I need to kiss you. Like, I need that kind of vibe from you. So just not being able to see that, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just like I just wouldn't be happy within that relationship. Maybe I'm projecting.
Maybe.
Because I love the butterflies and the tingles. Like, that's my jam. But yeah, go Brazil. She's had difficulty the time before Caleb. Yes, Justine has. We know it. Brazil's right. Realnesss! Hi, Realnesss. Oh my God, Brazil's been so sad that you haven't been around the last couple of days. And so I'm sure she's very happy that you're back. So Realnesss says, no, they're going to win because of her equality.
Equally, yeah.
Because of her equally, sorry.
Yeah.
Literally, there's a Justine fan club from Twitter. She's very likable. I love the fact that she has matching scrunchies with her outfits. Like, I'm looking for that. Like, I like that. I like Justine. I like her and CELY are the only two girls that I actually really like in the world.
Yeah.
Karyn, you still don't feel for Justine?
I like her. I just think, yeah, I'm just not sure. Just about her and Caleb, I don't know. I'm just not sure. We'll see.
Kanisha says, I do think that the guys are kind of out of Moira's league. Really?
Or they perform more confident women. Yeah, I mean.
Yes. Okay, out of her league means they don't vibe. Oh, they're out of her league. Sorry, not she's out of their league. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
It sucks because Moira, I don't know what it is about her. Like, she's just kind of like, do you know Pokemon? You know the fish that just like flaps around, doesn't do anything, just like.
Well,
that's what she reminds me of.
Is that a Pisces out of water?
See, welcome, Karyn. Welcome to the daily hate mail.
Yeah.
You're the 7th, right, Brazil? And Karyn, you're the 9th? The March?
Right, yeah.
You're March 9th?
Yeah.
I'm March 7th.
Yay. See, there's like a real thing going on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Man, I need another Aquarius to come and hang out with me so we could take you on.
No, you're enough.
I'm enough?
You're Pisces, everyone Aquarius, just to stay equal.
Realnesss says, I need Moira God. Oh my God, so do we. It's aggravating watching her scenes. And she's in every scene because she's like in the scene with Connor, in the scene with, well, she used to be in the scene with Calvin, and in the scene with Bennett, and then who else is she talking to?
Talk to everyone. Literally
Realistically, Karyn, is she going to choose Connor or Bennett?
I can't see her choosing Bennett, but
She better not.
because I think she would have chosen Connor if he hadn't said that. Now he's probably ruined his chance of being in the game now. Like you could have just stuck with her, but now you've said that and like you've ruined her broken her pride or hit her ego or whatever it is. Like now she's gonna be like, meh, like why would I keep him around when he just said that?
I think Connor wants to go.
Yeah, he probably does. And maybe like he says, like I said, he might have just said that. Like, don't even stress about picking me, man.
It's true. Like, just try to find love. I want to go to my girl, Mackenzie. Jake says, even though I didn't like James and Moira's relationship, that was her best by far. Absolutely. And she just can't keep someone interested for long. Absolutely. Yeah. I think like the way that James went about the relationship, he did turn her off and she got the ick. But I did like the energy of her when they were together before that.
They were good, yeah.
Totes. Anna says Benny needs a haircut and a shape up. It's true.
Yeah, the beard is awful.
He would be that little bit hotter, yes. And also, though, there's something though about his lips though that I don't want to kiss.
Well, I mean, look at how hot guys are though. Like,
I only date hot guys, and like it's true.
You gotta watch those guys though. They're the ones that everybody sees, like they're the well sought after ones. They're the ones that have to be the most. You have to really trust a hot guy because all the girls are going for him.
This is a good point.
You have to really trust a hot guy. It's so true.
So Mary says, I agree, Anna. He can't get one from Johnny though. So, like, do you think that Johnny would not give him a nice line and fade?
Well, I will say
he would fuck it up.
Well, if he does a grand gesture for CELY, he can do a grand gesture for him too, and that would really show a really good vibe about him. You know, that'd really change it around for him.
That
like, you know what? Swallow my pride. Make this guy look a little bit better, but still I'm better because CELY's still gonna choose me, and I'm gonna win CELY over. That would be really
light his white polo on fire. give him a good fade.
Yeah,
and I might think differently of you.
Yeah.
The other thing that I liked about him is like when he said that he flexes the tiger on his stomach. It makes a face.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Jaquan says, Dad, I know he wasn't going to ask you for a haircut.
I think Karyn has a really good point though, because that would show that he's like the bigger person, and he does that for every other guy in the villa.
And he needs it.
And I think, yeah. I mean, and it would just show that Johnny's more secure. And I think that's kind of the one thing that I've been saying since he came back from Casa Amor, his confidence gone because he's projecting his guilt. So that would be, I 100% agree with Karyn that
it would make him look a little more mature. Like right now, he's a little baby. So like he's acting insecure. He's portraying like all his guilt. So if he just did that, it would totally turn around everything, you know, like make him a bigger person.
It would be a start at least.
But that's not going to happen.
I know.
I'm
going to keep self-destructing.
If it will help, actually. I'm going to put in headphones and see if this will help.
Yeah, girl.
Crackling.
It worked.
I still heard it a little bit. Hold on. We'll see, because maybe it's the third person. Okay, but it's better, I think. So.
A little bit better, yeah.
So what do you guys think about, okay, CELY gets a text, I got a text, and I love that CELY is still, you know, even though she's going through all this relationship stuff that's kind of upsetting her, she's still the life of the villa, I find. And so she gets the text, and the girls are going to be going on, you know, hashtag girl tag, no boys allowed, whatever. What do you think about this little outing? And the one thing that I found interesting, though, about it was that the last time the girls had their little outing was right before Casa Amor, and she ran over and kissed Johnny before she left.
And then she didn't do that.
Not do this time.
She's like, I'm triggered. I love
that she said that, like, because it was just poking fun at the situation.
Yeah, making light of it. Like and you know what? It was good timing. I think she just needed it. She needed to get away from Johnny's eyes, and like take a breather and like be somewhere else. And that was a really cool venue that they were at. Like just give them a minute to like, you know, just be away from that energy. Like no matter what, even if you can go on your own, it's still the vibe is there, the energy is there, right? So they just need to get out of it and take a breather.
And I love the location. That's like such, they go there for the Bachelorette and Bachelor. Like it's just such a iconic part of Vegas.
Cool.
So
yeah.
Johnny looked mad though. He was trying to look like, oh, this is okay, but like he was worried that there was maybe a Casa Amor situation or whatnot. But what is he scared of though? Like it seems as though he, like, does he actually care if she kissed somebody else? Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he has some like the integrity thing.
I mean, I think when cheaters cheat, they like when a cheater cheats, they just assume everybody else is cheating because they cheat. If a liar lies, they think everyone's lying because they lie. Like I'm not a liar, so I always think everyone's telling the truth all the time. Well, that's a naive way for me to think because there's a lot of liars out there. But my friend, she lies a lot. Well, guess what? She thinks everybody's lying all the time. Like, well, no. So it's the same thing. He's scared because that's what he would do.
I literally said the same effing thing. I said he reminds me of my ex before I found out he was cheating. Like he got all crazy and was like super controlling and like thinking, like we went out to a bar and he like literally wouldn't let go of me. And I'm like, can you fucking get off? Like, what are you doing? He's like, well, that guy's hitting on you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I found out and I'm like, oh, this mother. So
he's if you there's behavior that's strange, that's deflecting or deflecting their own crazy behavior.
Well, I definitely like that, you know, CELY was like, you know, making the toast and Justine was like, you know, don't let him get away with all these little things. I did feel a little bit, though, that Justine seems to be encouraging her to forgive Johnny, which is what it seems. Like, I know that she's given a good perspective being like, what would you say to me if, like, I was in your position? But I don't know. I feel like if it were me in there, I'd probably still be, like, putting out the facts. Like, hey man, he's been manipulative. He's like treated you like this. Like, what would he do? I would still be doing that. I wouldn't maybe make it easy for her to go back. I don't know. What do you thoughts, Brazil?
Yeah, I see your point. But at the same time, I think she knows how much he means to her, and I don't think she wants her to regret it if she comes out of the villa and decides like that there was nothing else in her mind that he was lying about. And then she just kind of, you know, ruins her chances altogether. So I think, and to be honest, I don't know if I would be so sure that I mean, what is she going to do if she doesn't pair up with Johnny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pair up with Benny and then just have girl time with Justine the whole time. Like, I would want to see because I think they're hilarious.
Confessionals are going to, they're going to probably urge her to stay with Johnny and just be like, stay, work on it. You don't have to stay with him forever. Pardon me?
They're not gonna win, and I think at some point, like, I don't know. I think it's just the season's almost over, right?
I mean, maybe a week and a half left.
Wow. Okay.
I think that she's a strong Latina woman, so in the end, she might pick Johnny because that might be her best game plan to like try to make it work and see what happens and try to win. Because you're right. What is she going to do with like what? I don't know. I just think if she doesn't choose him and say she chooses Benny, I feel like it's just going to kind of like fizzle. They don't even know each other. They've had 2 conversations. Like,
and they have 2 new girls coming in. Like, what?
And then they have 2 new girls coming in. Yeah.
Oh. Can you find the first look, Brazil?
Yeah. Do you almost call me Justine? Sure.
Yes, I've been calling her Justine this whole time.
Oh, this is like the Kirsten thing to do. Like.
So at that little outing that they had, Laurel talks a bit about Calvin, which, okay, so in the tweet, they're saying that there's some obvious chemistry between them. Do you see this?
It's news to me.
News to
not
me.
Obvious. I like how they planted it and now it's a thing. Like it wasn't obvious, but I do like, he seems kind of like a wholesome kind of guy and she seems like a wholesome kind of girl. That's the only connection I can maybe see.
There's no
I can't see Laurel with Carrington. He seems like he doesn't seem a match for Laurel at all, but
there's no first look.
Darn it. I didn't get
Oh, sorry. They had a first look the night before. Yesterday we were looking for one to see if they would have one for last night. They had it on the 20th.
I know, but they would have one for tonight.
I know.
It usually comes at 2:30, so it's late.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go through these comments before this doesn't end. Mary says, I agree with Anna. He can't get one from Johnny, though. No. Oh, we did this already. Just kidding. 100%. Divine says, Kirsten will go for Carrington. No, she will not. Like, okay, I told this to Brazil before, but there's a quote from Steve Harvey. I might even have told you this before, Karyn, was that he says, never let a man say he don't want you twice. So if he doesn't want you, just let him say it once. You don't give them the opportunity to say it more than once, because that's your dignity there.
Yeah. You're a glutton for punishment if you do that.
It's like, once, okay, you made your decision. That's done.
And she was so upset when Carrington came. I was like, why is she surprised? First of all, they weren't together. He's so easy to read. His behavior was not shocking at all in casting for me. Anyways, I was like, well, that's not shocking at all. So she was so shocked and sad, and I was like, weird. Like, I'm surprised that she's upset. Like,
no,
I'm not
it's like
upset, but like that upset. First of all,
like
together.
The only thing that she really does was a party trick with drinking wine from her bicep. I don't.
It, yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not into her, because he doesn't like her lifestyle.
Yeah, maybe.
Get the fuck over it. So
Gliffam says, did y'all get a look at the new girls? I don't remember what they look like now. I only remember seeing it at the end of the episode. Karyn, do you have any thoughts about that?
The one girl was like a long brunette. She kind of was like a Kirsten looking kind of girl, like lots of like eye makeup, dark brown hair. And the other girl, I can't remember, but not much. I was like, meh.
There's only two?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Gliffam says, after the island got a video with Mackay. So Brazil loves only people that are from the Bay. And Mike's from the Bay, and she really wanted him to get with Kirsten. So
I just wanted him to have a chance. I think he just seemed like such a decent guy. Better than Calvin and Connor. For 100%.
Sure. I want Brazil to slide into his DMs and see if we can get him on here for a little bit of a chat.
I'm going right now.
Jaquan says, I thought the text that CELY had was going to be a date with Johnny. I did too, actually.
That would have been fucked up, though.
But it could have been an opportunity for him to like do something. He needs to do something.
I wouldn't even want anything from someone acting like that.
He needs to. Like, he doesn't. It's not about whether anybody wants it. It's like a must do, Johnny. Like, you can't just sit there and complain and look crazy. And
she's in a mood. Yeah, you put her in that mood.
Like, let her ride it out. You need to do something to show her that you're being serious. If not, you're just gonna lose it. You're gonna lose her.
I hope he does.
He's losing her in real life, but she may stick with him now.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good looking honky. Okay. he's come on here before to talk about Peter North. He made a comment to Jonathan once, but we'll just block him. I got to the end of the comments, though. I'm so impressed, guys. I'm loving it. So Moira says that, do you think that I'm the next to go? Do you think that she's the next to go?
Moira?
I know it's the girls picking this time around, but do you think after that?
Yeah.
I was shocked she didn't like I was like, I feel like I was kind of thinking, oh, is she going to go tonight when they had the guys choose? I was like, and then I was like,
I'm tired of America keeping her in the top couple votes. Can you guys get your shit together?
Do you guys vote?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
J-Lib all day, every day.
I was, up until the last time of voting, still hoping for Johnny and CELY. But at this point, I'm going to have to jump ship over to the J-Lib train.
Welcome. I'm the conductor.
That's going to happen, I think. Yeah.
I'm the conductor of the Justine and Caleb train. Welcome aboard.
And like I was saying before, though, that, you know, there are within Black culture, there's going to be a little bit of prejudice between skin color and I think within America, you know, having two Black people win, I was worried that with CELY and Johnny being a viable option, that they would allow two Black people to win the game. But I think at this point, I think that their relationship supersedes that, and I'm going to be really happy that America will most likely vote them to be a winning couple. So fingers crossed. But Vicky, oh my God, you're so happy.
Vicky,
Brazil has missed you. She's like, I don't know if this is weird, but I feel bad that I haven't seen Vicky in a while. Hi, Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky and Realist Answers. I was like, where the heck are my girls?
So they said that Justine and Caleb went to the hideaway.
Hallelujah.
When? I want to see that.
You better. You'll see that spark. Don't worry.
I don't know.
I don't
if she's
think
got
Mackenzie
it.
wants him though. I don't think Mackenzie really wants Connor. So that's going to be the same thing like Steve Harvey's quote. Same thing with Connor. Like, kind of grow some balls, buddy, and move forward.
Yeah, I mean,
I think she was like, "You were my Love Island experience," and then like now she's home and she's like, not. She's over it. Like she's totally over it. Yeah.
I mean, she did say on her Entertainment Tonight interview that she would entertain seeing him outside of the villa and to see if there's a possibility of them having a relationship. So she's open to it right at this point.
I just don't see them working either. Like she's way too dominant. Like see the way she makes out with him. She like basically like ties his arms up, and I'm like, she needs someone to be like that with her. That's why I thought she liked Jalen, because Jalen was a little more aggressive. So that's
Jalen's trash.
He is
I don't
trash,
think
yeah.
he's that
I didn't
bad.
like him at all.
Oh my
And
god.
it's funny because my first impression of Jalen was like, oh, he seems sweet, seems nice, and then like it didn't take long for me to be like, nope.
Trash.
Yeah.
Wait, also Jaquan, I think that by the fact that Connor has told Moira that he just wants to be in the friend zone, I think that's a way for him to be basically kicking himself out of the villa. So he is leaving, but like with being dumped as opposed to like quitting.
Yeah.
I don't know who Moira's gonna choose. Like, you think she's gonna choose Bennett, eh?
He better choose Calvin. And then America,
say
do
if
the right
Kirsten
thing.
was going first, who do you think Kirsten would have is gonna
Bennett.
Kirsten's gonna choose Bennett.
I think so too.
Do you think that?
I think it'd be annoying if Moira chose Bennett, and then Kirsten is gonna be like,
See, they might do that.
I know.
If
But I don't like that.
I'll be so
But then
upset.
she just choose Calvin and be like, fine, whatever.
Yeah. Because
Or
you know
Benny
they
and
better
get
be at the
spicy.
bottom again.
Sorry?
They better be at the bottom. If she chooses Calvin, America, do your part. Don't vote for them. Let them go home and away from the villa. I second screen whenever they're on TV. I don't even pay attention to what they're saying.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing of substance. Oh my god, like Calvin talking to Laura. Hey, I heard something. I heard you wanted to get to know me.
He's
Calvin,
no game.
go away.
People have been saying that he has game. Like that he has some sort of like swagger. And I was just like, where? I would like to see it.
Wait. Time out. Justine and Caleb went to the hideaway in this last episode and we didn't see it?
No, I think that maybe there's clips from something else because we definitely didn't see that. It says, all the evidence, Anna's saying, all the evidence is on Twitter points that way. So maybe it's in tonight's episode is like maybe people have spoilers about it. Maybe they've released clips that we haven't seen. Maybe it is in the first look that we also have not seen. So I don't know. Jig Squan, never that. Divine Me, welcome to the Jalem team. Okay. I like them. I don't see the horniness, okay?
Yeah, same.
Vicky says, bro, they need to stop playing with Jaleb. They better put the hideaway scene. Okay, so maybe it was just like omitted scene?
No, that can't be omitted. That's fucked up.
I don't know. Okay, so Dylan doesn't necessarily want to share anything with us today. Realnesss, LOL. We're late sometimes, but we show up. Aw, sometimes I'm caught up at work. Aw, we love having you, so thank you for coming back and hanging. Anna says, I'm going to assume that Noah was in the clips of them announcing it. Oh, maybe, and they couldn't edit him out, and that's why they didn't show it. Maybe.
They could still show Noah wasn't walking with them to the hideaway. They could at least show them get into the hideaway and show Noah's not with them in the hideaway.
Yeah.
Maybe Noah gets a text. I don't know.
Then that's why they have a narrator.
They totally deleted the hideaway scene?
Oh hell no! I'm pissed.
Wait. So Realnesss, did they delete it later? Like, how did people get these clips beforehand? That explain.
And why did they delete that? That's like crucial.
And
for
even if Noah got the text, the narrator you can chop that scene. They can do a shot of the villa and be like, oh, and by the way, they're going to the hideaway. I don't need to see the whole text and them get voted in. I know they're going to be the ones voted in. That's not the important part. The important part is what happened in the hideaway.
That's weird. And like, really, what does it matter if Noah gets the text and then all of a sudden he's gone? Like, who cares?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just
It's there all
speculating. It doesn't make any sense to me why they would not show it. Jake One says 30 people in the chat. Chat. Oh, I love the growth of the channel, Jake One. You are been here from day one. That is true. There are, well, right now there's 29 people, but then it is awesome that there are live watchers right now and people are communicating with us. So obviously we are excited about this. And Jake One, you have been our #1 fan from day one. So we appreciate you 100%.
Shout out to all of you.
Flipham says, no way they deleted it just because of Noah, shaking my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Do you have Twitter? I'll send you the thread. So you can send it to me. I'm at Shan___Fran or at DELBROCCO. No, is that you?
At Zil Del Brocco.
Oh, chill. I thought it was Del Brocco Zil. Sorry. Listen to Brazil. It's on her little name message plate. Hold on, I'll move this so you can see it.
Yeah, so the second at Zil Del Brocco is my Twitter.
Rue, hi Rue, thanks for hanging. So you don't see the chemistry between Jaleb and Justine because they don't show often and mostly counseling other people. They had a hideaway, but it wasn't shown.
Oh my God, I'm so upset they had a
hideaway.
I mean, I guess they're seeing people are posting tweets on Twitter.
But
I haven't seen it though. I get
that.
I get notifications.
Me too. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, send it my way, girl.
Oh, and hi, Rue. Anna says there are clues in the episode, and the Twitter detectives connected the dots. I love Twitter detectives.
Okay.
They find everything.
Yeah, you found
Blaine. Hey, Blaine. How are you? Thanks for joining the chat. We already talked about Big Brother earlier today. Mary says they have a picture of one of the clips from last night with Justine with full face makeup in bed. I think that's why people think that there was a hideaway. I mean, I feel as though if they're saying that the Twitter detectives have been on it, that there's some real scenes, real things that go on. Margot, thanks for the ad. I saw that you just subscribed. Welcome. America loves us. Calvin, yeah, loves us from Calvin on every episode to any girl. Do sure. Yeah, I don't know why the show loves Calvin. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't find him attractive.
He's so handsome.
Who does?
My boyfriend. He's like, he's so handsome. I'm like, I guess, like he's got that like boy charm, like that really nice smile. But I was
kind of like a cartoon, like a Archie cartoon. I don't know.
I guess if you want to sit around and smile all day.
He's
No,
I don't know, but everybody's been saying that he has swagger. Like even Lauren, when she left the villa, she said that like, yeah, he has like a charm. Like he has like, he's funny. I was
maybe
like,
it's really mysterious. Like when you're there, because he doesn't reveal a lot. Like he doesn't give a lot. Like it's mysterious. Maybe like Moira. It's like Moira had that. I thought, but now I'm like, now it's not mysterious at all. It's just completely off.
I think Calvin and Moira are actually cousins, and they're related to one of the producers.
Right. Shiguan says, walking to the recoupling, CELY and Johnny was holding hands, looking at each other in the eyes, but our conversation with Benny, I don't know who she will choose. I think that's a misdirect. I think she's going to choose Johnny, but she's going to make her words sound like she chooses Benny, like hard though.
Mm-hmm. They're good at doing that.
And yeah. I think I was hoping before a couple of days ago that she was not going to choose him, but at this point I think that she will. I think it's in her best interest to stay in the game till the end and break up with them when they're done. I think that's how it's just going to be. Realnesss says, Twitter, there are pics of Justine with a satin robe at breakfast that the girls normally wear. A pic where it looks like Caleb got a text, and in the morning they weren't in the group bedroom.
What the F? I'm so upset.
We'll find it. It's okay. Realnesss also says a pic of Justine with makeup on in bed, which she doesn't wear to bed, and she's on the side of the bed Caleb is usually on. Interesting. And Vicky said, Guy did the no, we haven't seen the first look.
It's not out yet. It's not out yet. I don't know why.
So I'm thinking that maybe because they need to cut out Noah, maybe they had to redo the first look, or they're just not going to do it because it's usually out an hour ago. So I don't know what's the deal. Oh my God, did any other conversations happen other than everybody saying that they'd rather go for Vin Diesel than Johnny? I thought that was a nice little dig. I want them to dig him as much as possible. He deserves it. Like, I loved when Kayla was making fun of him going out when CELY was going out with Benny. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And he needs to be a good sport about it. He needs to burn Benny's white polo, and he needs to give him a fade, and then we're all good.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm just not really into him though. Like, even the way he talks, I'm not that vibing. But it's not sexy to me. Like, I don't want to like make out with him.
No.
In bed though, Carrington says to Laurel, well, it kind of asked her flat out if she wants to pursue Calvin. And I thought it was pretty bold. I thought that she didn't respond well. How do you think that fares for them moving forward in their relationship? Karen.
Well, she didn't need, I don't know why she got upset. Like, at first I was like, okay, why is she getting upset? She wanted to have the conversation with him anyway. It kind of threw off guard. I get it. But like, Carrington is very like straightforward. That's one thing that I like about him. He doesn't like sugarcoat. He just says it like it is. If he's changed his mind, he lets you know. So it's just like, are you going for him? Okay, well then, like, he just said what he wanted to say. And I think it just like, but like her reaction was a little bit like kind of mature. Like, it was kind of like, I was like, okay, girl, relax.
Well, I was kind of thinking that he was giving a little bit of an attitude about it. And so I think that that's what she was reacting to. And it's kind of like, well, like, yes, I haven't had the full Love Island experience, and you've gone over, you got to meet me and make these decisions. And, you know, him just not having some perspective of like, hey, like, yes, she's into me, but like, she's also never really just seen if she had a connection with anybody else.
Well, she even said, like, I bet you if Carrington hadn't gone for Laurel, she wouldn't have gone for him. She already didn't have him in mind. So it's almost like, it's not really fair when that happens. It's like, you know, they got to give it an equal chance to the person. She had someone else in mind, but Carrington kind of took over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was very aggressive too. He was like the Mercedes of the boys. So, you know, it is, I get that. So, but that just makes, I get his, like, his attitude. It makes these guys are like pretending they're secure, but they're all nervous, you know? In the end.
Well, they're all so young. They're so young. When I was 22, I was wild. Like, and like, I would be more mature than like a 22-year-old guy, you know? And so the fact that like they're having the feelings of these older women in the palm of their hands is just like, man, like, they're really lucky because like in real life, none of these women would probably pay them any day, even though they're very good looking. I just don't think that they would be running in the same circles, or their attitudes in real life would be ones that CELY would be attracted to. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know, you know, if Laurel would even be attracted to Carrington and his real friends in his real life.
No.
You know? Moira feeling overwhelmed, whatever. Yawn. Chat with Moira and Calvin. Yawn. What else? Do you have anything else that we haven't talked about, Karen?
No, I think I've talked about all the things that I was, yeah, I think that we talked about everything. Do you guys like Kirsten?
Brazil likes her more than I do. And a lot of people outside of the house very much really stan Kirsten. I really didn't like the choice that she made standing there alone. I thought that she was playing the martyr, and that bothered me. Mm-hmm. And it also bothers me that she just won't get the hint with Carrington. He's just not that into you. So don't make it about you not getting picked and that you're standing up for something greater. I thought that it was a little bit selfish that she didn't give the other guys a little bit of an opportunity to stay and maybe find love. And so with that, it just made me think that it's colored her character. And so I can't really look at her in the same way anymore, because I just think that she's a little bit selfish and kind of whiny about it a little bit.
I really like Kirsten, actually, and I'm like rooting for her to find someone, but I didn't like how I was like bad. Like, it just made her look like, you know, she's I feel like she seems like she's stronger than that. She portrayed this like different. So when she did that with Carrington, like, it made zero sense. It made zero sense. She was literally setting herself up for failure. Why would you think Carrington would come back? Mm-hmm. Like, you know how he is. I just find him so easy to read that it's so obvious what his actions are going to be like. It's no surprise that he was doing what he did in that Casa Amore, you know? So I find it just really stupid of her. Like that, I was like, so that was frustrating. But I do want her to find someone. Like I was excited when she was so pumped about Bennett. So it's like annoying to me that she's not like really more aggressive with him and he's not being more aggressive with her. Like you had your eye on her. She really got swung by you. So what's going on?
Like what happened to like holding the hands and like the finger, like, flirting.
He said he can tell that physically she's there, but emotionally she's not. So I think she's still holding on to Carrington.
Like, it's a big fat who cares. He's not that good looking. I doubt he'll be good in bed. Their kisses sucked. Like, I don't know what
he's selfish, I think. He's too selfish. And
I just don't know what she's holding on to. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the idea that he's going to be a better guy than he actually is. But, like, from what he's shown me, like, he's cute. But, like, if I would be like, oh, my God, if I was 16, like, my boyfriend's so hot. He's 22. And, like, he's like an army brat. Like, maybe.
I like wonder how Kirsten felt when Laurel told her that she was thinking about maybe going for Calvin. Like, I wonder if Kirsten was like, yes.
I think that's kind of what happened. And I think that's why she ended up maybe having a second guess about Benny Bennett, sorry. Because then oh my God, what was I talking about?
Kirsten being like, oh my God, I'm so excited because
then she's gonna say, she'll save Carrington.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Well, okay, but the end of the episode, we see Justine making her decision. Love it. But then we see Moira crying at her decision.
It's the hardest decision she's had to make yet.
And so that means she's going first, right? You think?
She better not choose Bennett. I will be so.
Why else would she be crying? Why the F else would she be crying?
She's always crying. She's annoying.
But like, she's not gonna be crying. Is she gonna go back to Calvin?
No, I would cry if I had to go back to Calvin. I would cry a lot of tears
because she's choosing someone that it's not about love again. I think she's having poor me syndrome. Like,
I would go home
feeling sad for herself.
Maybe that's the decision she's making.
Maybe that's what she'll do. Maybe she's crying because she's like, I'm not going to choose anyone. I'm going to take myself out of this.
Yeah, maybe it's her and Connor will just leave and go home together as like the friend couple. Like,
they can go hang out with Mackenzie together since they're such.
I choose me. That kind of movement.
I feel bad for Connor too, because in Casamore, they were like, they were trying to get him to like, they had said, wow, you're such a different person. And he didn't even try to go for anybody. And I don't know. I just like, these people need to be more like, less like, if it doesn't work out, move on.
Absolutely. Jaquan says Laurel should be able to get to know other people, but there's not that much time left. I agree. I think that Johnny might have put like the fear of people getting to know each other, like the women coming back or something, because like, why the heck do they get to go over and gallivant at Casa Amor? And as soon as these girls just want to have maybe one date just to see what it's like being with somebody other than them, like they get all controlling and weird. Like it's, I don't know.
Classic
I don't
guy.
like it. Classic guy. Yeah, so it won't send the tweet. I asked her to at me, so maybe we can find it then. Mary says maybe she's never had a guy turn her down. Kirsten? Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably why she's so hung up on Carrington.
I mean, have there been boys that either of you are hooked on for literally no good reason? And you can't figure out why?
There's usually a good reason. Like, they usually kiss really good, or they're good in bed, or like...
But I mean, like aside from, like, physical. Like,
those are the reasons.
But not really. Like, if you know they're not into you.
100%, I'm, like, chasing after a guy that I'm like, this is... Every single second of this is a waste of time. What am I doing? And I'm just slapping myself in the face every 5 seconds.
Yes. That's why I feel like I have more sympathy for Kirsten, because I'm telling you, I think she thought that they were really going to connect on like having that military background together. And it's kind of
like she's just in denial. Like she just really thinks that their connection was stronger than it was for him. Like she thinks maybe he's in denial.
Yeah. And I mean, it is cool to have like someone with a similar background. And that's why I don't know why she would be like bringing that up, like, and they would be like bringing that up again later in the season if that wasn't something that she probably keeps bringing up and talking to other people about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Well,
Okay.
it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. That's for sure.
I know. I really wish that we had the first looks, but they must be doing some fancy editing for them not to have it out. So, I just, laundry day. Hey, what happened to Kirsten? I fell asleep. With Kirsten, we're talking about the fact that, like, I mean, personally, I'm not that big of a fan of her anymore. I didn't like the kind of decision that she's been making in terms of Carrington. I just don't like that she's allowing Carrington to dictate her experience in there when she has so many opportunities and there's so many guys that would be interested in being a good partner for her, or like at least to give a chance to. What's wrong? I can't see what it says. Oh, the photo. Do you see the video yet or no? Is there any video footage, I mean? Or
they're in the fucking hideaway, dude.
Poor.
I find that crazy.
I'm really pissed off.
Yeah, that's not a good look at all. Jaquan wants to stay on here until the first look comes out. Jaquan, what if the first look doesn't come out? We don't know if it's going to come out. I think Karyn has to go. So anybody in the chat, do you guys have any more topics you want to talk about? I think we got through everything that was in that episode. Anything worth mentioning anyways. I guess we can quickly power through how we think the couplings will go.
Well, I got to say this. If there was a hideaway and they are deleting it, if they don't touch upon that, if they don't say last night there was someone was in the hideaway, they need to bring it up or something, because that's kind of shady, because that can alter votes.
Yeah, that's them controlling the narrative again.
Yeah, so I don't like that.
Oh my God, what if they're doing that because they want Johnny and CELY to overcome and win? What if they want that?
I will not watch the show. I will be done with the show forever.
You're not going to be done with the show.
Yes,
they're going to do it in a way that it won't be that obvious.
No, I will cancel Love Island USA. That's fucked up.
You got a fan, Brazil. Brazil making me very happy.
Thanks, Divine Me. You make me happy. They can't do that, Chantele. That is like so disgusting. I'll be really upset. I can't handle a Big Brother and then this. Like, there's no way. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean, I want there to be full integrity in the show, but they are creating a show. And so
they're an integral part of the show.
And you can find out, like, the thing is, if you're going to edit something out, don't let it leak out so that 2 minutes later everybody knows it. So that's kind of stupid. Like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It just shows you that you're shady. Like, be shady and don't let anyone find out.
Especially when I know they can see how many people vote for them. Like, they have to be the power couple right now. And you're going to just, like, remove the hideaway scene? No. They
might as well do mail-in votes.
She's American. That's probably triggering.
I'm triggered.
Javami says, yes, tonight, if Johnny and CELY win, I will do something. Oh!
I won't watch again. I will not watch again.
I don't think they'll, I don't know. Well, I don't know now. We'll see. But I think that CELY's probably going to choose Johnny. She's just going to stay in her safe little bubble.
Karyn, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Or I can't even see your tattoo. What tattoo?
What tattoo? Do you have a tattoo, Karyn?
I do, but can you see it?
I don't know. Where is it?
Well, maybe, I don't know, because I'm holding, there's one here.
Oh, that one. Okay, maybe that one. Okay, because I'm like, and then I was like, Kitson? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh. And then they're like, Karyn, nice tattoo. I was just like, what's happening? I don't see a tattoo. I'm like, Kitson? Who's Kitson? Like,
thank you.
Hi, Mr. Sullivan. Nice to meet you. Any thoughts about Love Island? We're kind of doing our last run on anything that we might have missed from the most recent episode 25.
Wow,
low key, okay. I'm gonna stop watching Vicky. Wow.
Where to God? If they don't show that hideaway scene, I'm done.
No, they're not gonna show. They might not show the hideaway scene.
Why?
We don't know why. It could be that.
What?
Noah was their butler.
Noah escorted them to the hideaway. That's why they can't show it.
That's never even a thing that anybody walks anybody, especially someone that's brand new. Noah doesn't even know.
I know. I'm just trying to find out. I mean, the only reason why they would not show the hideaway is that they wouldn't want America to see them getting closer, because they would want to control the narrative to
unless they're going to show it later and make it seem like it happens now after this recoupling. Unless
maybe they've changed their clippings, like maybe they re-edited things to make it make different sense.
Yeah.
I need to see it in this episode.
Child, I can't wait for them to be exposed because they're putting themselves out there to be accused of racism or colorism. That's true. Colorism, you know, I already mentioned many times that it happens obviously even within the Black community. And so if I thought that was going to be a very bold and a very amazing statement of America if like the Black couple were to win. I've never seen it happen in any version of this show that like two Black people within the coupling were to win the show. I've seen one mixed, whatever, but like never a dual Black couple.
What's Johnny's background?
He looks like he's mixed, like half Black, half white. I'm not sure.
I was like, it is Latino month and in the States, I think. His
last name is Middlebrook, I think. It doesn't sound that, unless he's mixed Latino, but he seems mixed Black.
I don't think he doesn't know any Spanish. I know that.
Johnny?
Yeah.
He doesn't know Spanish because I know he already said that to her that he's not going to understand what's going on.
I don't think Johnny's mixed.
Vicky, I would stop watching it. Oh my God, shit.
No, they'll show it. I think they have to show it.
They fucking better.
So, Jaquan, I know they're not going to show it on that fake unseen bit. Okay, I mean, maybe they actually will show it there because they know nobody watches it. We don't even get the unseen bits in Canada, so.
Chantele has to chair watch.
Vicky, oh yeah, that's how she lets me watch it. So she like puts it on the chair, and I watch it from her on FaceTime on her TV when I miss it at like Eastern time. And like I'm so kind, and I find her like a link so she could watch the East Coast feed of all the TV, and I get the chair watch.
You're gonna hate on the chair watch, okay?
I'm just joking. It's done its purpose, but now I realize that I can find the West Coast feed somewhere. That's what I'm going to be on the hunt for. So Vicky says, I feel like more people will stop watching the show if they don't show the hideaway. Maybe, man. Ugh, that's not a good look. Anna says it won't make any sense for them to show it because based on that thread, there is them before the hideaway, during, and the morning after. Frack.
They might have to just touch upon it though. Like I feel like they can't just hide the hideaway. The hideaway.
Guys, let's have a minute of prayer for the hideaway. Okay, this is a perfect way to segue. So who's this? Oh, okay. So BF says Johnny is mixed, mom is white on his Instagram. Cool.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. Moment for the hideaway, please. You've been doing such a good job. Love Island, Season 2, USA. Please show the hideaway in order that you will retain the integrity of the show that we're falling in love with and allow the deserving couple to win. Please and thank you. Sincerely, Reality Realness with 3 S's.
Or
if they don't show it, I'm still going to watch it.
I want to still watch it too. But I think it could lose a lot of fan base and get a lot of hate for it, though.
Well, you're just going to get criticized every time. Like every time episode comes out, I'm like, oh, what are you hiding now? What's going on? What really happened? Like you can't do that. And like, you brought someone in, and now you're editing them out. So stupid.
So stupid.
Just leave the guy in.
Just make me a producer. I'm going to apply for a producer's job. I'll show everything.
Yeah, and that guy I don't think anyone was going to choose Noah anyways. Why did they just let it happen?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's why it makes sense to me a little bit that Noah's family might have been like, hey, like he doesn't, we don't know about this. He might not want this to be, he might want to come and get ahead of this. He might not want it to be his storyline while he's not able to control the narrative there. So I get that. Well, Karyn, it was so nice having you. Thanks for chilling with us. Yeah, siding with Brazil over there with your Pisces energy.
I need you, girl. Chantel's a hater.
You know, I will try to view Justine with new glasses and a new perspective. It's not that I don't like Justine. I'll look at the relationship a little bit differently now.
Aw, well, look at that.
I'll
See,
try
this
to-
is why you ask me any last thoughts, and I say hashtag Team Justine after every episode.
She does. I'm like, hashtag who? Like, no,
I mean,
never.
I was like on Justine. I was team CELY and like Johnny right away because I loved them, and like he ruined it. So now I'm like, ugh, you know. But I just think that they're gonna Caleb and Justine are gonna win.
Yay! Me too.
I don't know, man. Dad, Integrity Moore is supposed to be gone. Frig. Like, I want her gone. Hopefully she's gone this season or episode. Thank you, Karyn from Divine Me. Popular up in her.
Karyn and her tattoos.
If people want to find you online, where would you like them to reach you? Or if you're doing anything cool that you want people to support or follow, anything?
Yeah, I mean, you can do like how can I type it or do you have to type
No,
it?
just say it. And if they
it's just Karyn Mackay. So Karyn Mackay, Mackay. Sorry, Mackay.
I always say Mackay. I actually didn't know it was Mackay. I know I asked if it's a Mick or a Mac, but I never actually asked you how you pronounced it.
I literally, for like 5 years of university, finally my girlfriends, like we were all sitting around and something happened and I said, blah, 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 Mackay. And they're like, your last name's Mackay. We've been calling you Mackay the whole time. Like I correct you once and then I just give up. Like, I'm not going to keep saying it. Like you either do it because you know it, you're doing it to be funny, or you don't care. And they're like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. So
well,
okay,
I do care, and I didn't know. I knew it was a Mac, but I didn't know it was a Kai.
It's a Mackay.
Well, thank you for educating me. In Brazil, do you have anything going on, or how do you want people to contact you if they would like to?
At Instagram, at BabyZill, on Twitter, at Brocco, and if you're not doing anything, on October 7th at 5 p.m., come watch me on Sequester Mini, Northern California versus Southern California. I will be representing Northern California. It is the better California.
Well, I will definitely be doing a live stream. So if any of you guys want to join in, you would watch on your own, tab, and then I'll do something like this so we can watch the games on our own, and then we can chat either in between or whatnot as to how people are playing, et cetera, et cetera. So we will be supporting Brazil on her first Sequester Mini. And if you haven't done so already, please follow Reality Realness with 3 S's by subscribing right down below. Hit that like button if you like this video. And make sure you ring that bell so every time we go live or we have a new episode, you will be notified. If you want me on Instagram, you can find me at ShanFriendFran or at Reality Realness with 3 S's. From there, you can find me everywhere. So, any final thoughts, ladies, other than it was a great episode?
I'm hoping for a shakeup tonight. A big ultimate, like the most dramatic recoupling.
You know what that's going to be. The shakeup is going to be Moira choosing Bennett.
She better not.
Moira, she's such a meddler without pretending she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, well, yeah, I guess we'll.
Hashtag.
Now I'm going to be more in tune to like chat about this with you guys after.
Oh my God, absolutely. Like, you can come on anytime you want. We go live at 2 p.m. pretty much every day after the episode. And so between 2 and 4, depending obviously our schedule, that's when we try to do a little chat. And so you've met some of our friends now, so they're going to be wondering how you are and what you're doing and what your thoughts are. So you are welcome to come back anytime you would like.
Coolio. All right.
Coolio. Okay. Love you guys in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us again. We love it. We love you. And we will see you tomorrow.
Hashtag
Good night.
Team Jaleb. Team Kelly.